Hey guys, and welcome to Zonos Crypto. In this video we'll take a look at the latest news about Bitcoin, Bitcoin mining, BlockFi, a hack, Gary Gensler, and also many more of today. Okay, then let's get right into the market watch. Bitcoin is coming in at 21,465, Ethereum over 1600, BNB at almost 300, XRP at 34 cents, Cardano at 45 cents, Solana at 35.50, Polkadot at $7.50, Avalanche at 23.15, and Polygon at 82 cents. The largest gainers in the last 24 hours are Chiliz with 21.21%, Curved DAO token with 14%, Convex Finance with 12%, and Bitcoin Cash with 10%. And the largest losers are Trust Wallet token with 0.8%, and that's a Litecoin with 0.16%. Almost no one is down. We're up 1.49% in the last 24 hours. Okay, then let's get right into the first news. Data shows Bitcoin and altcoins at risk of a 20% drop to new yearly lows. The total crypto market capitalization dropped to the 1 trillion support, and weak stablecoin demand and a largely absent funding rate reflect traders' negative sentiment. After the rising wedge formation was broken on August 17th, the total crypto market capitalization quickly dropped to 1 trillion, and the bulls dream of recouping the 1.2 trillion support, last seen on June 10th, which became even more distant, which you can see exactly right here. Crypto investor sentiment is at the edge of neutral to bearish. The risk of attitude brought by surging inflation led investors to expect additional interest rate hikes, which will, in turn, diminish investors' appetite for growth stocks, commodities, and cryptocurrencies. As a result, traders will likely seek shelter in the US dollar and inflation-protected bonds during periods of uncertainty. The crypto fear and greed index rose from the low of the 17th, 18th, and 19th of June to about 30 to about exactly today. This to some market analysis, and now Bitcoin mining to cost less than 0.5% of global energy if BTC hits 2 million. Bitcoin may be a significant energy consumer in 2040, but only if its price reaches several $million, according to new estimates by Arcane Research. Crypto research and analytics firm Arcane Research on Monday released a report estimating the development in Bitcoin's energy usage toward 2040. If the BTC price hits 2 million in 17 years, Bitcoin may consume 894 terawatt hours per year, surging 10 times from today's level, the report suggests. Despite huge growth, such energy consumption would only account for 0.36% of the estimated global energy consumption in 2040, increasing from Bitcoin's 0.05% share today, the analyst estimated. Currently, based on the energy consumption of 88 terawatt hours and an average energy price of $50 per megawatt hour, Bitcoin miners spend around 50% of their income on energy, Mellerud noted. Bitcoin's energy consumption is small in comparison to the whole world's energy consumption, and for such an asset to have such low volume or electricity volume is totally fine, because it is one of the, or if not the best asset in the world, depending on when you got in, and it's also the safest. BlockFi could be acquired by FTX US for only 50 million. FTX US could buy BlockFi for as little as 15 million should the company fail to meet certain requirements. What are the key takeaways? BlockFi may be sold to FTX for as little as 50 million, claims a new report. The 240 million figure originally announced by both parties is contingent on BlockFi securing regulatory clearance from the Securities and Exchange Commission and pushing its client assets to 10 billion. BlockFi CEO Zach Prince had previously categorically denied reports that the company could be sold for 25 million. If he would have taken 25 million, he would have been a little bit better off instead of 15. Well, happens. Hacker tries to exploit the bridge protocol but fails miserably. Not all hackers can be geniuses or great in hacking. The attempt was suppressed within 31 seconds, with the attacker losing the 5 ETH safety deposit. In a Twitter thread, Alex Shevchenko, the CEO of Aurora Labs, told the story of a hacker who attempted to exploit the Rainbow Bridge but ended up losing 5 Ether, worth around 8,000 at the time of writing. According to Shevchenko, the hacker has presented a falsified NEAR block to the Rainbow Bridge contract and submitted the required 5 ETH safe deposit. Thinking that the team would be slow to react during the weekend, the attacker timed the exploit attempt on a Saturday. There were automated watchdogs in place that fought off the malicious transaction. Within 31 seconds, the attempt was suppressed, leading to the hacker losing their safety deposit. So he tried to hack something, got the block, put in the fund, and then lost everything. This was sadly a miserable hack. Better said, not sadly, it was great that it was a miserable hack because not any more funds should be stolen than there already have been, because it's in the billion range. Yeah, in the billion range. Gladly, he sucked. You need to resign. Crypto fans slam Genslers regulation comments. SEC chair Gary Gensler has penned a new op-ed for the Wall Street Journal discussing how he thinks the crypto market should be regulated. The crypto community has pushed back at him over the piece. Interesting. SEC chair Gary Gensler has discussed how he thinks the digital assets market should be regulated like other capital markets in a new op-ed for the Wall Street Journal. Gensler referenced BlockFi and other crypto lenders that collapsed in the recent market crash, saying that investors need protections when they enter the market. Yeah, and where is the protection? There is no protection from him. Several key members of the crypto community have hit back at Gensler over the piece, because it sucks. It's just not nice. Crypto exchange Coinbase faces class action lawsuit over alleged lapses in security. A class action lawsuit filed in a federal court in Georgia alleges the crypto exchange failed to secure users' accounts against theft and hacks and seeks damage upwards of $5 million. Coinbase, which last year became the first cryptocurrency exchange to go public in the US, is facing a string of lawsuits from unhappy investors. In addition to another aspiring class action lawsuit filed in New Jersey alleging the company allowed US persons to trade unregistered securities earlier this month. A Coinbase shareholder accused the company of misleading investors about last year's public listing. The platform is also trying to settle 2 separate lawsuits filed by investors through arbitration. Damn, Coinbase has a lot on their plate. Ooh. Sudo pulled the rug for 820,000. How will Kraken respond? Sudo pulled the rug on its community for 820,000 early Tuesday. On-chain data suggests that at least one of the attackers has interacted with Kraken in the past. The team behind the decentralized NFT exchange, Sudo stole 820,000 from its community, then deleted its online presence early Tuesday. One of the wallets used in the attack was funded through Kraken, a regulated cryptocurrency exchange with mandatory KYC checks, on August 21st. Kraken now faces a decision on how to respond to the developments. I hope that they have the thought to provide the stolen funds with their own money so that everyone who got exploited is, let's call it, happy again, or can use his money for his own purposes once more. Would be nice. The question is, what will he do? Scaramucci predicts when Bitcoin will become a hedge against inflation. Despite being an outspoken supporter of Bitcoin, the founder of the investment company Skybridge Capital, Anthony Scaramucci, does not believe the asset has reached a status of a hedge against inflation yet. In his view, this will happen once BTC wallets hits $1 billion. Similar to some of his previous appearances, Scaramucci stated that the leading digital asset is still in its early days. And just like any other innovation, it needs time to overcome its volatility and establish itself as a preferred investment choice. Do you think BTC is already a hedge against inflation? If so, then please leave a comment down below. Pudgy Penguins Ethereum NFT fetches 400 ETH despite bear trend. The rarest Pudgy Penguins NFT has sold for around 650,000, making the highest lifetime sale for the resurging collection. The Pudgy Penguins floor price has also jumped roughly 69% over the last week. I hope you have one. Pudgy Penguins, one of the most hyped collections of the early profile picture NFT niche in 2021, is making a comeback. The rarest piece in the collection marked a record sale for the project Monday, fetching 400 ETH worth almost 650,000. The Pudgy Penguins floor price has surged by about 69% over the last week, rising from 2.2 ETH to 3.8 ETH. Sick. Now to the last news of today. Mark Cuban slams SEC chair Gensler's stance on crypto. Billionaire investor Mark Cuban took aim at SEC chair Gary Gensler, urging him to publish bright line guidelines for crypto firms to follow. Cuban was responding to Genslers' recent Wall Street Journal op-ed, in which the SEC boss once again reiterated his focus on investor protection. In the op-ed, Gensler wrote that there is no reason to treat the crypto market differently from the rest of the capital markets just because it uses a different technology. This is the whole point, it needs to be treated differently. Come in and talk to who? Set up an appointment how? Using Calendly these days? Since you understand crypto lending finances, why don't you just publish bright line guidelines you would like to see and open it up for comments? Tweeted Cuban in response to Gensler's post. Gary Gensler thinks he is the hot shit, whereas he has no idea what he's doing. There needs to be another boss. Literally, it is the case. He has no idea what he is doing at all, and all of his guidelines or his regulation or the protection of you is not in his interest. He does not want it. He doesn't want it. This is the case. He has no idea what he's doing in this regard. All of them have no idea what the crypto space is. Better said, they don't know how they could or should regulate it, so why not ask people who have experience or a lot of experience and could advise them to put out beautiful regulation. Yep, this was the video of today. I hope you've enjoyed it and you've learned something new today. If so, then please leave a like, subscribe and also hit the notification bell so that you will not miss anything in the future. Then we will see us in the next video. Tomorrow probably. Peace out.